Locsanity fam, I'm gonna need a favor. I need you to like and subscribe so that I know to keep on making this content. And if there's a particular topic that you'd like for me to cover, let me know. I can have a guest come on and we can chat it out and give you all of the amazing information that you are looking for. Mwah! Love you. Hey everyone. Thank you all for joining. Very, very excited. This is my very, very first time going live ever. I'm a little bit early, so I'm going to let a few folks just come on in, make their way in before we get started. And I've got all my stuff already set up, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain to you guys everything that I did before and everything that I'm going to do after to just maintain these beautiful babies. And please, I want this to be an interactive session. This isn't just me talking the whole time. I want to say hi to everybody. This is the very first time that I've ever gotten on here. And oh my goodness, this is exciting. Folks are streaming in. Hey, I'm getting some love today. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to make me blush all sorts of colors today. And we're just going to give folks another 3 minutes. Because, you know, some of my peeps be a little bit late to join the party. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You know, I'm getting up in my age. I ain't even much going to show y'all. Look at these grays. If y'all come in real close. Ooh, y'all see these grays? You talk about disrespect. Even on my sideburns, they are starting to go gray. What kind of mess is that? You're supposed to be going gray on your sideburns, but that's all right. Because I'm going to trim those so don't nobody see them. All right, we're going to give folks another 2 minutes. As y'all checking in, tell me where y'all from. Where's everybody from? I'm down here in sunny South Florida trying to dodge these hurricanes. California in the house. All right, now Jamaica, let's go. I see the VA is here. Why? Let me tell you, these grays be so disrespectful. The 305 is here. Brooklyn, Chi-Town, Tennessee. Oh, we covering the entire country. Let's go, Houston. I see you. Yeah, these grays. I mean, even like on the back of my neck, y'all don't be mean. But look at the back of my neck. How you get gray hair on the back of your neck? I didn't even know that this was even a thing. I got gray hair all the way down now. All right, we're going to give folks 1 more minute because I am going to definitely get this started on time. I do like to be on time. I know it's a Saturday night. Folks may be heading out, doing some things, so I don't want to keep anybody too long. In the eyelashes too, you know, I used to have a gray eyelash, and I always said that it was because of the kids. So for those that have like gray eyelashes, how many kids you got? Because the kids usually probably line up with how many gray eyelashes you get. Oh, thank you so much. And just 1 more minute. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. So, hey everyone, Charmaine with Locsanity. So I have been, everyone that saw my videos before, you guys kind of know what led up to this. I am a girl that absolutely loves color. I've always, colored my hair. And when I got locks, you always hear the horror stories that people tell about getting locks and that they dyed them or bleached them and they fell all the way out. I've always been adventurous. I've dyed my hair a couple times, and you know what? It was getting kind of dark. So I had the grays kind of like creeping in. There's times I'm looking at them. I can't tell if it's a gray hair or if it's one of my dog's stray hairs that got caught up in there because I have a little white dog. So today I am going to be dyeing my locks. So leading up to today, there's a couple of things that I did do, and I cannot stress to you all how important those 2 things that I've done that are so unbelievably important. Number 1 is you must treat your hair. So earlier in the week, you saw that I steamed and I put a deep conditioner and then I sat under the dryer, the steamer for 30 minutes because you want to make sure that when your hair is going into the dyeing process, that it is very, very healthy. And so it's extremely important. Typically, you want to do this like 1 to 3 weeks before you actually dye your hair. That way your hair is going in at its best. It's nice and healthy and strong. So that was the first thing that I did. The second thing that I did was I did a patch test. Earlier in the week behind this ear, I put a little bit of the dye just to make sure that I didn't break out. That is so unbelievably important, especially if you're someone that has had any sort of issues, or even if you've never had an allergy in your life. It is still extremely important that you always make sure you do a patch test, because as we get older, sometimes, we don't have an allergy when we're younger, and then boom, you pushing 50 and all of a sudden you feel like the whole world's trying to kill you. That's actually what's happening to me right now. I'm gonna tell y'all that story on another live because I don't know if we have enough time for today. So here's what I've done so far. So I went and I got the colors, and the colors that I'm doing a 2-to-1 ratio. So this is the color that I picked, this one and this. So I'm doing 2 of these to 1 of these, and I'm actually doing 2 sets because I do have a lot of locks. And the one thing I don't want to do is get halfway in and then I don't have enough dye, and then y'all gonna clown me for like the next 6 years on IG. So I don't want to do that. So I made sure that I got more than enough hair dye so that all of this is going to get done in one session. So the second thing that I got, and earlier you guys saw when I went to the beauty supply store. What happened? Oh, my daughter's talking to me. What happened?
I sent this to Baron. Look, it's hidden, so people can't see it.
I can't. All right, can you see it?
I can see it because I follow them, but people who can't follow you can't see it.
So you follow me.
But they...
I can't do anything about that. Sorry about that. So my daughter was telling me, I guess people are trying to get in to see the live, but if you don't follow me, you can't see the live. I don't know how to fix that because I'm not that savvy. So maybe next time I'll do something different. So back to what I bought. So originally I bought Developer 20 Volume 20 because I want to minimize the amount of damage to my hair. But when I remember I told y'all to do the test, I did a couple of test locks over here. And when I tell you the color on the ends changed, it was a beautiful copper color, what I was looking for. But the part of my hair that had never been dyed before did not even budge. It gave me the finger and told me, girl, you got to keep coming. And so I had to go back to the beauty supply store and I got 30 this time. So I went a little bit stronger because I do need my roots to lift, and I'm only doing a single process. The other way that you would typically do it is that you would do a double process where you first bleach the hair, and then after you bleach it, then you come back and you add the toner. But I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy and I just want one step. And so I'm doing an all-in-one. So let's get started. So the first thing that I did, I put all of my colors in my little measuring thingamajigama. I got this from Dollar Tree, although, Dollar Tree ain't $1 no more. It's like $1.25 or something like that. So it's not even $1 anymore. Anyhow, so I used this little squeezy thingy that I got off of Amazon. And I squeezed all the others in there just to save time. That way you guys aren't watching me just squeeze some tubes. So this is the last one that I do have that I'm going to squeeze in there. And while I was looking for colors, I was asking folks, what are some of your favorite brands? So what are some of your favorite brands that you absolutely love and that you get like great color? See, I'm getting a lot of tips. Thank you all for all of the tips. Okay, so now that I have everything in there, I'm also going to add my developer. The ratio is going to be 1.5 to every ounce so every ounce of color that you have, you're going to add 1.5 of the developer to it. So this is why I'm using the measuring. And let me go ahead, I forgot to put my gloves on. I got tons and tons of gloves in here because I am really gonna go through them today. Matrix, yeah, those are some good colors. I've tried a few of those. I love experimenting with color. All right, so I've got my mixture in there. You'll see that's why I did it in a measuring cup so I can see exactly what I need. And now I'm going to just mix it up. Now as I'm mixing it up, I want to go ahead, I'm going to caution y'all. So this is where I start with all of the please, please, please don't do as I say, not as I do. So my loctician, she was on me. My stylist, my hairstylist, she's a cosmetologist. All the folks are on me when I told them I was going to dye my hair. They're like, oh my God, no, go to the salon. And yes, if you can go to a salon and have a licensed colorist color your hair, color your locks, absolutely. That is always going to be like the very, very best way for you to do it. I know that there's times that folks, you may not have someone that you trust, or you may not be like in an area where, you know, you have a colorist available. And so you have times that you have to do it yourself. So if you have to do it yourself, I'm going to provide you just some tips on things that work for me when I've colored my hair. But the caution is always make sure you do a couple of test locks so that you don't put it on your locks and then end up, you know, damaging your locks. So you definitely want to make sure you do the test locks. That way you're able to keep track of how long it takes for you to process your specific hair, because everyone's hair is also different. Everyone's locks are different. You see that mine are pretty small. The tips have been bleached and colored in the past. And so, you know, the way that I do my locks is probably going to be a little bit different if you've never color processed or if you have color processed in the past. And so you definitely just want to, if you can go to a salon and have someone do it, yes, definitely do that. If you're going to do it yourself, I'm going to show you the things that work for me when I'm doing mine. So I'm using a whisk, and you'll see that I'm mixing and still not quite mixed up yet. So I'm just going to keep on going, mix for a bit, and make sure I come out with the right ratio, because I remember how much of the color I have, and I want to make sure I have enough developer in there. So it's like nice and mixed up. You want it to be completely smooth. Once it gets to that completely smooth stage, which is almost there. Alicia, can you turn the air down a little bit? It's warm. I'm just asking my director to turn the air down because I'm hot. I'm going to start sweating. Y'all going to start clowning me. And I'm not trying to be famous like that. I don't want that type of fame. All right, so there you see it's like nice and mixed up. And I have my bottle. Hey, to everyone that's joining. I have my bottle. This is it's just a regular, like, little cheap squeeze bottle. And I am going to pour my mixture into the bottle. I'm going to do it over the sink so I don't make a mess. But I think I am going to make a mess. Yeah, what I need is a funnel. I should have gotten that. I didn't get a funnel. I should have gotten a funnel. Okay, that's not going to work without me making a huge mess, so I'm not going to do that. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump right into my hair. So I'm just going to section it out. I'm going to do two sections, the left and the right first. And you know, we don't have any Locsanity. That's a great question. We don't have any Locsanity shirts available, but that's something I could look into that. That's a great suggestion. All right, I'm going to put this on just so that protect my little shirt. All right, so I have my two sections, and I'm just going to go in here like this. And this is the one I'm going to start with. Now, I'm actually only going to do the tips of my hair. when I did my my skin test, I was actually having an allergic reaction to something else. So the patch test that I did on myself was kind of inconclusive. So out of caution, I'm only going to do the tips of my hair. I'm actually not going to let any of the dye touch my skin because I don't know if it's going to cause any issues. And I have some foil that I've set aside that I'm just going to also put under just to keep it from touching my hair. Touching my skin. And I'm gonna go in. That's a little long. Let me break that in half. And if you could get someone to help you, this is where the bottle is gonna come in real handy because I was gonna be able to just squeeze it out, but my squeeze bottle is not working for me. So I have to do it this way. And I might just get in there with my hand in a second. You know what, let me do this. I'm gonna first put the dye on. And you see I put down these little black towels everywhere because I do not want to make a mess. Because once you get the dye everywhere, it's a hot mess and it's really difficult for you to get off. And you'll see that I'm not doing the roots, I'm just doing the very ends. And I'm making sure I'm being very generous with the locks, really getting in there good. Alicia. And then I'm going on to my next section here. Turn the air down, please. It's hot.
I turned it down to 74.
Okay, can you turn it down a little lower because it didn't click on and it's hot. I have the thing on. I'm still complaining about the heat because under this light it is really, really hot.
It's on 70, okay?
Okay. All right, and you'll see that I'm just like making sure that I'm getting in real good with it. I'm making sure I'm getting in to all of the locks. And you don't see me doing this, but I actually have a timer because I do. When I went through and I did my my test, I did go through and test it, and so I know exactly how much time the dye needs to stay on to achieve the color that I'm looking for. I'm gonna put these two together. Okay, and now I'm going to go on and I'm going to do the other side because I do want the two sides, I want those to be as close in color, so I'm not going to delay. I'm going to do the back last. And I don't know if you guys could see over on this side where I am now. And I'm just putting a generous amount on there, really working it in. doing this, I got a couple of questions for you guys. So for those that have dyed your hair in the past, what kind of products are you guys using on your hair to maintain your color? Me personally, after I dye my hair, I use a daily moisturizer, of course, and I'll oil my hair, my locks, like once a week. I put like a nice oil on my locks. That way they're staying like nice and, you know, moisturized, because once you do dye your hair, of course, the care of the hair has to change, because as you're dyeing the hair, what's actually happening is you're opening up the cuticle of the hair. It opens up, and you're putting in there, you're actually stripping out the color and depositing the color under it. That's how you're getting that difference. So it's lifting out the old color and depositing more color. All right, so I've got this section over here finished, almost finished. And I'm just gonna cover this one up. And I'm going to actually change my gloves because it's getting a little messy for me. I'm going to put on a fresh set of gloves just so I can maneuver a little bit easier without making a huge mess. So this one is done and this one is done. I'm just going to move these out of the way. Oh, and I got a little on my face. Let me get that off. I see some new folks checked in. Y'all tell me where y'all from. We're down here in South Florida. I know we have folks in California. We've got folks in Texas. Chi-Town checked in. Where else are we from? Ooh, girl, you ain't lying. My arms are absolutely killing me. You see I'm also sweating? Woo! It's hot. My arms are killing me, but I am persevering. All right, so on to the back section now, and I'm going to do two big sections in the back, and you guys could actually probably see the back a lot better than I can. But let's go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to do the one on the bottom first because I think that's going to be easier than doing the one on top. And it's the same thing. I'm just going in and just doing the tips. I'm not doing the roots of my hair today, just the tips themselves. I'm putting a nice, generous amount on. Georgia with red locks. You got to send me a picture. I want to see them. How do you prevent your color from fading? See, I'm just putting it on nicely. Nice generous amount there. And then the other section can come down. I hope y'all look and make sure I don't miss no locks back there. I'm trying to miss any. Get to the end and I have a couple of locks that aren't dyed. So I'm almost done on this side. I'm really, really excited to see what this color looks like when it's all said and done. Ooh, y'all stay. Y'all see, you guys can see what I'm doing there. I'm just going through putting it on nicely. If you have someone at the house that can help you, oh my goodness, you gotta try to recruit them, because it is very tough doing it yourself. But sometimes you have to. Anyone out there do self reties? I actually do my own reties, and so I'm actually kind of used to my arms always hurting like crazy. Okay, so that one is done. So I'm gonna wrap this one up in foil, and I'm gonna come back and work those areas a little bit more once I get all of the color in. I am gonna revisit to really work those areas good. And now this last section, and I think, oh, see, I got some locks back here I didn't get. Okay, and now this is the last section, and then I'm gonna go back through and really work the dye in to make sure that I didn't miss any spots. For those that are locticians, I did my install and self retie. About what? Congratulations! My locks still bleed. Yeah, so what are some of the things that you do to prevent the locks from bleeding? One of the things that my stylist told me to always do whenever you're going to wash your hair, you always wash with cold water. She said it doesn't matter what you're bathing in, but anytime that you're going to wash your locks, you always do it with like cold water, and that's something that will help the color last a bit longer. So it sounds real uncomfortable to me, but it's gonna be worth it if you can, extend the life of your color a little bit longer. And it looks like I have just enough. You guys will see how my hair has just eaten up the dye. And I'm actually going to take these out now, and then I'm going to work it in even more so that I really get the dye worked in very, very well. So that's my sections are all in there really good. And I'm checking my time. The total processing time for this particular process is 30 minutes. And so I'm not going to exceed the 30 minutes because I do not want to over process my locks. I'm going to just go through, make sure I don't have any spots that I missed. And just so you guys can see what I'm doing here. I'm just going through making sure nothing is missed. Okay, so all right. So the fumes from that, this is making my eyes water. Lord Jesus, next time y'all go to the salon, y'all tip y'all stylist a little extra because man, they putting in some work. Jesus. Lord, I feel like sweating like a sinner in church. So when I do if I was doing the entire thing, meaning I was doing the locks and the roots, I would actually, at this point now, I would go back. So the first 20 minutes is going to be on the hair itself. And then after you finish on the hair itself, then you're going to go back and you're going to do the roots. And that's so that you don't get something that my stylists call it hothead, where I don't know if you ever see, like sometimes you'll see that someone gets their hair dyed and the roots are a lot brighter than the rest of it, and that's when you got that hot head. So I'm avoiding the hot head, and that I'm not doing that anyway, but if I were, right now is when I would go back for the last part of it, and I would do my roots. So there you have it. All of the dye is applied. I am going to now leave this on look at my clock. I have another 20 minutes that I'm going to leave this on for. Once I'm done, hot root tie head. Once I'm done, after the 20 minutes, it's going to be a total of 30 minutes that I will have the hair dye on. Then I'm actually going to put on conditioner. Well, I'm going to first rinse in cold water, rinse the whole thing. Then I'm going to saturate the hair in conditioner and let it stay on for another 30 to 40 minutes. And what that's doing, that's going to go through, because when we started the hair coloring process, it opened up the cuticle and it stripped out the color and it deposited color. So what I want to do now is I want to close that cuticle, and that's where I'm going to go in after, and I'm going to put the conditioner on my hair to close and seal the cuticle, and to also put some of that moisture back into the hair that was stripped out. I'm going to try to get all of that and put it right back into the hair. So there you have it. I am not going to do a reveal today. Ooh, don't be mad. Don't be mad at me. Because the next part, to do the shampoo and the conditioner and everything, that's going to be like a good hour and hour. I can't be on here telling y'all stories for an hour. I don't even know if I got that many stories. But I will definitely be back to show you guys how my stylist styles these babies for me, and to also show you guys the big reveal. I'm hoping that it's going to be a big reveal. If it's not a big reveal, Charmaine might go missing for a little bit until y'all hopefully forget that I tried to color my hair. That's if the color doesn't come out right. But I think that it will, because I've always been coloring my hair for quite some time, and usually I get like some pretty nice results. So any other questions before I log off from y'all? No, you guys have been amazing. Thank you all so much for joining my very first live. I thought I was going to be on here just talking to myself, Lord. I was terrified, but I'm glad I came. I'm glad I did it. You all will see a lot more of me. One thing that I did commit to, and I did promise, that I will go live. I know y'all have a lot of questions. I've got some answers, and I know between us, we can all put together some questions and some answers together. How long do you let it sit? I let the dye sit for a total of 30 minutes is how long. So I'm not doing my roots today, but if I were doing my roots, I would have went back and did my roots last. But it's a total of 30 minutes that I do let it sit. Thank you. I can't wait to see what the results look like too. Hopefully it's going to be something that's going to be beautiful, nice fall. And then for Christmas, I think I'm going to go like a lot deeper, a lot sexier for Christmas. But this is what I'm doing right now in the fall. Okay, so, great question. So to maintain the color, I do use a amazing, hold on. Wait, let me see if I can, wait, no, I'm going to leave this out. So I'm going to show you guys what I use to maintain my color. You want to make sure that you're using a color safe shampoo, something that's sulfate free, all that good stuff. And I'm going to show you guys. Now, before I colored my locks, all I would use is just like a good 2-in-1 shampoo. This is the one that I have right now at the house. I absolutely love this one. And then now, since I've colored it, I have to take extra care. So just the 2-in-1 isn't enough. So now I'm also going to couple it with a deep conditioner. Oh, great question. What kind of hair dye? I am using L'Oreal Highlights. And that's because it's made for dark hair. And I don't have to do the 2 processing. I could just do the 1 process, because I don't want to do 2 processes. So I'm a little on the lazy side. I'm going to try to keep it simple. That's a great question. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you all so much for joining me. Any other questions before I drop off? No, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, for all the love. I will be back. I don't know when, but I will be back to show you maybe like a week or 2, something like that, to show you the big color reveal. All right. Thank you.